Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Talk here on Hometown Sports Corner. I'm Jamie Hughes, the host of tonight's show, and as always, good to be in here on an afternoon talking to you guys. It's been a little while since I've had a chance to be on here, and of course, been through a tough time here the last little bit, but they say tough times make tough people. But again, lost my father. Father passed away. Don't want to say I lost him. But my daddy passed away, and so with that, and then some other things been going on. Haven't been on here in a little while, but we're back. As he would want us to do, we're going to try our best to do this even better than ever before, as we'll be continued to take pride in keeping you guys informed with what's going on in the local world of sports. And more important than anything, bragging on these kids here in the mountains of eastern Kentucky that we love so very much. How you doing tonight? What's on your mind? Let us know where you're watching from. As always, hit that like and share button. Later on tonight, we're going to give away. We haven't been on here in a week or so, but we didn't forget our promise. We had several people compete in our pick'ems that we do, where we give you 8 games and you pick the winner. And we were fortunate enough this week to have, I think, 5 people got all the games right, which was crazy considering there was 2 upsets there. But you guys did good, and you're to be congratulated. And we will draw a little later on for that $100 to the winner of that. Then we've got several things to talk about. Still get dirt track racing, believe it or not. We're going to talk about that. And then we've got high school football to talk about. Alice Lloyd College began their Eagle Madness. And, of course, James Sandlin and I received a big honor over there at that Eagle Madness. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm going to bring you up to date on the Hall of Fame inductions that we've done, too. Some people have been wondering about those interviews, and we'll talk more about that as the night goes on. But you guys, again, as we come down the final couple weeks of high school football, going into playoffs here in a little bit, then we got girls basketball, grade school basketball tournament coming up maybe next week. Some of them, I think, already played theirs. And so we'll bring you up to date on that. The girls' 14th region volleyball tournament is set. They drew for that. I can tell you who plays who. We talk a little bit about that if y'all want to. Just whatever's on your mind. We'll talk about it right here on Hometown Sports Corner. But until then, let's take ourselves a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Saturday, October 26th, Lake Cumberland Speedway presents the Fall Classic Jeff Gullett Tribute, featuring the Southern All-Star Late Model Series 7,500 to win. Also on track, Pro Late Models, Open Wheel Modifieds, Hobby Stocks, Front Wheel Drive Mini Stocks, and Crown Vics. But that's not all. Bring the family out for trick-or-treating and costume contest. Gates open at 2 o'clock with hot laps at 6 p.m. The 2024 Fall Classic Jeff Gullett Tribute, Saturday, October 26th, Lake Cumberland Speedway in Burnside, Kentucky.
Are you ready? Ready for what? Ready to be scared. Come to the Halloween Haunted House, October the 28th and 29th at the Knott County Sportsplex, presented by Dustin's Helping Hands. It'll be on the 2nd floor of the Knott County Sportsplex, if you're not scared. All proceeds go to help a little boy with his medical bills. But the question is, are you ready? Are you scared? You better be.
Hello, my name is Harold Kraft, and I'm running to be your next District 3 board member. I would like to wish the students, teachers, and staff, both certified and classified, a great school year, crafting the future for the next generation of Knott County students. I'm Harold Kraft, asking for your vote, and I paid for this advertisement.
Tim Short Chevrolet in Hazard, Kentucky is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Todd Kraft and all of his staff want each and every athlete to know that we support all of their dreams. We also want to remind you for your next vehicle to stop by and give us a chance to earn your business. Serving you for years and years to come. Tim Short, Chevy.
Dale Hamilton is asking for your vote and support to re-elect him to Knott County Board of Education District Number 4. Dale has 32 years experience in education, 24 of those years being spent as a classroom teacher and a coach, and 8 years as your Board of Education member. He believes that every student in Knott County deserves the opportunity to succeed. We have invested in our students by investing in a brand new football facility. This facility will elevate our football, soccer teams, and track teams at middle and high school level teams for many years to come. Vote for strong leadership and experience. Re-elect Dale Hamilton, Knott County School Board Member District Number 4. Paid for by Dale Hamilton.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
And a big thank you, as always, to Alice Lloyd College. The place has always meant the world to me. But they honored James Sellen and I this past week, and I'll just be honest, probably got even more bragging to do about them, as good as they were to us over there. Of course, it was the annual blue and white game. It's just an opportunity for Alice Lloyd to kind of get things geared up. You see a little clip here of it. This is the guys' action. Both games close, as the blue team hits a big bucket there to go up 23-21. But again, guys, it's just an opportunity for them to get another look before they begin the actual season. Alice Lloyd, men and women, will get things kicked off. Boy, it's a nice pass from Nas Welch to the big man there as he finishes that one. And guys, I can't say enough, though, about what they done. As I said earlier, a big ring ceremony for James Sandlin and I. And we've honored that Coach Scott Cornett and Coach Gary Stepp and the athletic director David Hatfield would present us with regional rings. And so James and I will wear those with pride, or I don't know if we're supposed to wear them at all. But either way, it was a big honor for us, and I'll never forget it, as they called us out there and gave us our rings. And we just, from James and me both, I want to say thank you so much to those that had anything to do with that. And it's Coach Cornett said, he said, we like to let people know how much we appreciate them. And well, Coach, you done a fine job. And as always, they do things with class over there, and I'll not forget that no time soon. But with that said, guys, a lot of people help us make these games possible, and I just wanted to also use this as a time not just to thank those that presented us with a ring, but those that work so hard week in and week out behind the cameras, behind the editing, especially those college games, guys. Those things take a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and we're thankful again to be a small part of that. We get to do the talking and the bragging and so forth, but it's those guys that work behind the scenes that sometimes I feel like maybe are not thanked enough. Is that the right way to say it? And we just want to take this time to do that. And with some of the things that I've went through recently, with the passing of my dad, I'm going to try my hardest to make sure I'm doing the best I can at letting people know how much I care about them. My dad knew how much I cared about him, and I knew how much he cared about me. But it taught me there are some other people out there perhaps that don't know. And so I want to do a better job taking time out to say thank you. It's simple, not hard to say thank you, but oftentimes we don't do it enough. And then a step further is those that you love, tell them you love them. Don't let your ego or your pride or anything like that stand in your way. Life's too short not to hug on those that you love and let them know how much that you appreciate them. But as we continue to move through, actually wanted to show you guys my ring, but I have started the show without it. So maybe we'll get a picture here in a minute, and I can show y'all a picture of it at least. But it's a neat honor, and if nothing else, I'll have it next week. And speaking of honor, at Mountain Motor Speedway, we had an opportunity to honor this year's 2024 Hall of Fame inductees. And guys, I'm going to do a show next week in which we play all of those inductees' interviews. But I thought tonight would be appropriate to show you one of them. And here's one I caught up with Mr. Roy Mullins. And welcome back, and we're with one of the Hall of Fame drivers here, Roy Mullins. And Roy, congratulations on being part of this year's Hall of Fame class, brother.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Sure do.
Been doing this a long time. Tell us about when things got started for you, and perhaps maybe what you first started out in.
I started, my first race was at Lonnie Speedway on Cumberland River, and that's the first place I ever drove a car. I had a Chevelle, and that's where I started at. My brother started before me. We both started together, but he started driving, and then he didn't want to, so he just let me handle it. So I've been doing it ever since.
Now that brings me to my next question. Walk me through the different places that you raced at.
Well, I've been about everywhere in eastern Kentucky and Tennessee, Bulls Gap, Tazewell, I-81. In Virginia, we run paved track a little bit too, and we even run at Lost Creek some, and Coburn some, and just about everywhere in eastern Kentucky we've run on.
What's your favorite memory of racing? If you had to pick a couple, maybe.
I don't know. I had plenty of them now. I guess, watching my kids race and win. Mm-hmm. And that means a lot too.
Sure it does, and that brings me to another question. Roy, this sport's so important because it's something you can do with your family, literally watch them do what you've done, and yeah. I know that means a lot to you guys.
Oh yeah, it means a lot because, well, just the other day when he had practice on the go-kart, I had 3 grandkids doing that, so everybody in the family likes racing real good, and that's all we've done and all we know how to do.
What advice would you give to somebody that's going out next year and going to buy a car, never been in a seat? What advice would you tell those young men and women?
Well, I'd say get something that you can afford, and if you got to get something that you think you're going to like and afford it, and if you come up and you don't like it, then you won't be in over your head with it.
Tell me some of your favorite competitors, maybe somebody that you had a fun rivalry with, or somebody that you had a chance, seemed like it always ended up you and that person racing against each other.
Yeah, I don't know, I've had a bunch of them. I've run with about some of the best that ever was, that's run here at Isom, and Bloomquist and Steve Francis, and me and Jackie Fields has run a lot more than anybody together. And we've run all over the place, and I always like to race with him.
Roy, you couldn't do this without good help and then also a lot of support. Take this time, I know we can't name all the sponsors, but take this time to particularly thank your family and people that helped you along the way.
Yeah, you can't do it without your family there. That's the way it's been with us, me and Carlene, the kids, grandkids, and without them you just couldn't do it. And it just I just want them. I couldn't do it this long without them. I'll put it that way.
Wouldn't want to.
No, couldn't.
And then, of course, we thank everybody that's made this possible, and the fans, of course.
Yeah. I want to thank the fans in the stand for coming out here every week, and thank Darren and everybody that's associated with the track to giving us a place to race.
Sure. And again, guys, we will show that interview again with Roy Mullins. As you see there, he got his Hall of Fame certificate. We'll have all of the interviews here next week. There we see our buddy, Junior Banks. He accepted on behalf of our friend Anthony Adams. And there's a gentleman with that 911, Mr. Kurt Hofsis. His family there smiling. And Kurt had himself a big time now, I promise you that. And we want you guys to tune in next week. And again, we really enjoyed catching up with all of the Hall of Famers. And as we see Bill McLeod's family there accepting on his behalf, Nolan Bennett, good picture of Nolan. Well, I really enjoyed my time with Nolan. Hopefully, if things will work out, I'd like to sit down and do just an interview one evening with Nolan. You can tell he has a ton of stories. And then, of course, Bob Miller's family. I'm so happy to have Deb and Chad and Miss Barb Miller there. And we all know, of course, what Bob means to this part. I think we're zooming in there on his certificates. And but we just appreciate everybody letting us do that. And again, congratulations to Steve Stallings. At the end of the night, Steve Stallings captured the 2024 Fall Classic over at Mountain Motor Speedway. And again, we see Mr. Sean Stamper. He was the Hobby Stock Fall Classic. Jason Hall there in the Sport Mods. Caleb Maggard again, guys. Brandon Mason and Jason Hall again in the KDR8s. And so we're just very much appreciative again of everybody that helped us. I can tell you that Darren and I have been working on some details for a banquet in which we would recognize the fall champion and the top so many in points. I'm thinking too, wouldn't this be a good time for you guys to help me pick a fan favorite? Join us next week. We'll talk more about that. As you guys know how we do things, we'd like to let you fans weigh in on your favorite driver. And then Hometown Sports, I think, may give a couple more awards away that night as well. So you're going to want to stick around for more details about that as we get some things lined out here. Again, guys, you're tuning in to Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk. Jamie Hughes on here tonight. My buddy James Sandlin, be praying for him. His uncle passed away, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with he and his father Paul. And again, their uncle's a good friend of ours. I called a bunch of ball games that he refereed over the years, and long time state trooper, and then went on to become a deputy sheriff after he finished up with the state troopers. And so he'll be missed, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with my buddy James Salmon and his family tonight. Seems like we've kind of went through a few storms here a little bit, guys, I'll be honest with you. But again, the good Lord's been good to us, and I believe it was Job said, "The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, but blessed be the name of the Lord." And so everything good that I've ever been blessed with, the good Lord's given me. I thank him for that. Let's say hello to a few of you. There's Sanders Turner. Hello, buddy. Again, I thank you for your prayers. I promise you one thing, that's about what's got me through this time, my pal. And again, we thank you for tuning in. Heard my buddy Vance Hurley says, "Don't worry, I'm here." Hey, Vance, we're glad you are, brother. Best of luck to you and the Knott County Central Patriots. Going to be on here tomorrow night. Again, been 2 weeks since we've had a football game on here. But we'll be back on the air tomorrow night. James Salmon, myself, will, I guess, get kickoff or countdown to kickoff underway about 10 minutes after 7 tomorrow. Senior night, Vance, I would assume. And then I know it's homecoming as well. So, boy, be a busy, busy night. But Vance always has a way with words to make me smile, regardless of the circumstance. And I thank him for doing that. But again, Knott County Central homecoming tomorrow night, and a big district matchup as they play those Prestonsburg Black Cats undefeated. The streak continues as they come to Hyman, Kentucky tomorrow night. And we'll talk about all those football games that are slated to get underway tomorrow night and anything else on your all's mind. But let's take ourselves a commercial break, and we'll be back with more right here on Hometown Sports Corner. Stick around, guys.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Re-elect David Messer, School Board District number 1 in Knott County. David Messer has been on the Knott County Board of Education for 9 years. David believes our students deserve every opportunity to succeed. He fully supports our new football facility because our kids deserve the same as other districts around us. David Messer also supported and voted for a 14% pay increase for all certified and classified employees. They now have a 1-to-1 ratio for computers for all our students and a new boiler for the Jones Fork Elementary School. David Messer believes our school district is as strong as it has ever been. Vote for leadership and experience. Re-elect David Messer, School Board District number 1 in Knott County. Paid for by David Messer.
Are you ready? Ready for what? Ready to be scared. Come to the Halloween Haunted House, October the 28th and 29th at the Knott County Sportsplex, presented by Dustin's Helping Hands. It'll be on the second floor of the Knott County Sportsplex, if you're not scared. All proceeds go to help a little boy with his medical bills. But the question is, are you ready? Are you scared? You bet.
Vance Hurley, the question is, are you scared? Oh, you better be. Hey guys, again, welcome to all of you tuning in here. And we thank you so much for all the kind words, and those of you who continue to extend prayers out to our family. Shane Napier, we're doing as good as we can, brother. Everybody keeps asking me how you doing, and it's kind of hard to answer that question, other than just to be honest. I'm doing the best I can, but I thank you all for your prayers, and Dad would want me to jump right back into things, and so that's what we're trying to do. Sports thing here, and our daytime job. We went and done that the best we could this week, and then Friday night football tomorrow night. We'll do the best we can there, and then church on Sunday, and take it one day at a time there, my pal. But again, Vance, before we went to commercial break, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the high school wrestling team that he's getting ready to get started as he's coaching. But Vance, you kind of queued me up for something, buddy. I got everybody here that just, we don't normally talk wrestling, in the ring wrestling with the ropes and everything, but I just kind of think we have to. Well, you guys check out here what happened over in Jenkins, Kentucky.
I can tell you right now, everybody in Jenkins, right now, everybody look right in my eyes. You all are too freaking scared of me to come. You are too scared of me to show up, because I will put you in your all's places.
Well, I gotta say, nobody in Jenkins or anywhere else is scared of Kyle Maggard.
Oh, they're not?
No, they're not.
Why ain't they, Ethan? Why ain't they, Ethan? Huh?
Yeah, Ethan! Yeah, Ethan! Yeah, what are you gonna say now, Ethan? What are you gonna say now? Huh? Huh? What are you gonna say? What a thought!
Kyle Maggard's my buddy, but I think that belt's too tight or something has happened to him. Working too many hours or something, because he just flat out flipped out on the Jenkins Cavaliers assistant coach, Mr. Cummins there. And but anyhow, they're settling that probably as we speak in Jenkins, Kentucky. AMW wrestling took place, or is taking place over in Jenkins, Kentucky, as Maggard teams up with Alexander, and they're taking on Marty Clay and John Noble. And that's taking place at Jenkins, Kentucky. And the biggest thing is, my question is, I wonder, did Ethan get revenge? You know, if John Noble and Marty Clay has it their way, he did. Well, we'll bring y'all more about that on next week's show. So you guys stay tuned more about that. I don't understand. Again, that was just looked like a sit-down interview as those guys were sitting around chatting over at Jenkins High School in Letcher County, Kentucky, and Kyle just flipped out. I don't know. Again, you guys know more about those. They call them shoots and skits or whatever you want to call it. But, man, Kyle just lit into Ethan. And Lance says that's kind of how Drum does the referees every Friday night when he ain't in the press box. That's why we put him in the press box, right, Vance? Vance I'm going to get you, Vance, on that. I'll leave. I know when to leave things alone. Know when to hold them and know when to fold them, as Kenny used to sing. But nevertheless, though, guys, I want to show y'all that. And because of that, we'll probably try to, that's a 14th region coach attacked there by one of those professional wrestlers, Mr. Kyle Maggard. So we'll find more out about how that all goes down and look for posts. I'll be trying to make some posts and updates on Hometown, but then I also would like to try to get an interview or something other to know if the score got settled over in Whitesburg, Kentucky. But back to the other thing, high school wrestling coming up too. We will get a chance soon to go up and interview Vance and a couple of the wrestlers and get more of the information about that as that becomes available. Speaking of high school sports, another good segue there. Got a lot of volleyball coming to an end. And this young lady over at Perry Central, Taylor Hoskins, got her 1,000th kill. So big shout out to her. She's done that during the district tournament for Perry Central. And then this young lady here, Miss Sydney Stidham, her 1,500th dig. And that's pretty cool that these young ladies are able to reach these milestones. And then, guys, that takes us to the question of the week. We got that poll. You guys need to go and vote. Go to the comment section. There's a poll on who do you think's going to win the 14th region girls volleyball tournament. And this all, of course, is going to take place down in Powell County, Kentucky. You can see it right here on our Hometown Sports Network, Hometown 24. As Wolfe County will play Perry County in the first game. Guys, that has a chance to be a good one. Wolfe County, the defending champions, but Perry's had a remarkable season. And 3 weeks ago, we interviewed the ladies from Perry Central, and even in the interview, we told them we felt like there were 4 or 5 teams that would be in the thick of things come tournament time. Well, tournament's here, and they'll get a chance to prove us right as they'll play Wolfe County in that opening game. Second game, we'll have the host school, Powell County, the Lady Pirates, taking on Letcher Central, runners up in the 53rd District. I think Letcher's one of the top 4 teams in this year's 14th region. Don't be a bit surprised if that's not a good one. Then in the bottom, winners of their district, Leslie County. Leslie County going to take on Estill County in the top of that bottom bracket. And then the final game of the first round, I think, has a Knott County Central team that's favored to win the region, taking on a Breathitt County team that would love to pull up the upset. And all eyes will be down in Powell County at Stanton, Kentucky. But again, we encourage you to go down. Let me say that, and Josh Cornett and all the guys at the TV station would want me to say this. Nothing like watching these sporting events in person. But if you can't make it, don't worry. Hometown 24 will have you covered. And so you tune us in for that, would you please? And guys, again, as I told you, got a bunch of big football games to talk about. Let's get your opinions on who's going to win what games and find out where everybody's going and everything that's settled there. But we'll do that after we take another commercial break. Vance says actually got a girl wrestling for him. She said her dad and uncle are going to love it because it's like chicken fights, but with people. Vance, that would be one way to put it, brother. And we'll look forward again, Vance, to interviewing your kids real soon and having you on the show as soon as we can, brother. But again, Vance, let's all look at these high school football games. Let's back away, take a commercial break, and we'll find out who's going where tomorrow night. And let you guys in the comment section tell us who you think is going to be the winner. And maybe you got somebody you want to brag on last week. Do that in the comment section as well. But let's take a commercial break. We'll be back with more right here on Hometown Sports Corner.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleums, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Fico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Dale Hamilton is asking for your vote and support to re-elect him to Knott County Board of Education District Number 4. Dale has 32 years experience in education, 24 of those years being spent as a classroom teacher and a coach, and 8 years as your Board of Education member. He believes that every student in Knott County deserves the opportunity to succeed. We have invested in our students by investing in a brand new football facility. This facility will elevate our football, soccer teams, and track teams at middle and high school level teams for many years to come. Vote for strong leadership and experience. Re-elect Dale Hamilton, Knott County School Board Member District Number 4. Paid for by Dale Hamilton.
Hello, my name is Harold Kraft, and I'm running to be your next District 3 board member. I would like to wish the students, teachers, and staff, both certified and classified, a great school year, crafting the future for the next generation of Knott County students. I'm Harold Kraft, asking for your vote, and I paid for this advertisement.
And welcome back to Sports Talk here on Hometown Sports Corner. And guys, again, as we said here, we're thankful to have all of you tuning in. Got several of you sending some comments out and so forth. And again, best of luck to all of those wrestlers. Mr. Vance Hurley online here with us a little bit. James Sandlin on here. Somebody tell me why I'm doing this show by myself. James and Vance both watching. No, I didn't want to bother James tonight. I knew he had the funeral of his uncle and so forth, but still yet glad that my buddy can tune us in just for a second there. And guys, we want to, though, back up. I did fail to mention Miss Faith Pollard. This is kind of something we'd already talked about, but I want to mention it again. It's worth mentioning again. Faith is committed to play at the next level. And I'll tell you something, the Patriots of Cumberland University got themselves a dandy, as she will move on to play collegiate volleyball for them. And congratulations to her. And I can assure you, I've said a couple times, and people said, he says that all the time, but it's fact. When it comes to volleyball or any sport for that matter, Miss Faith, she's worth the price of admission, guys. One of the top volleyball players in the 14th region, and Cumberland's University of Cumberland's got themselves a dandy there. Now, guys, let's talk a little football here if we can. We'll let you guys go again with some of these scores and so forth here as we try to bring those up. And big football games. Let's keep in mind, I know everybody thinks the districts are clinched and what have you. Winning tomorrow night could be the difference in going on the road and getting to host a football game in the first round of the playoffs. You tell me that wouldn't be important? It's big games tomorrow all across the mountains here in eastern Kentucky. And how about Belfry at Powell County? Powell County got himself a good season going on. But I'm going to say Belfry takes that one pretty big. What do you guys say? Everybody let me know there in the comment section. Betsy Lane at Pike Central. That's an interesting football game there as well. Betsy Lane got off to a really good start, but then Coach Gerald's team has lost 2 of their last 3, including that into Shelby Valley. I didn't see coming last week. They lost that one 24-19. Pike Central, about the same record. Maybe I better back up. I'd say they got a little bit more on them. I'm going to still get, though, even though Betsy Lane has lost 2 of the last 3, I'm going to take the Bobcats to win that one over there at Pike Central. Let's see in the comment section what you guys think about that one. Corbin at Perry Central. Perry Central, I hate it for the Commodores. I don't think that game could have come at a worse time. I'll be honest with you, some problems for Perry Central, and let's hope the Commodores can ride the ship and end things on a positive note, despite playing one of the top teams in the state, the Corbin Redhounds. Then Danville, the Admirals, going to Breathitt County, but I'm going to say it'll be the Cannons of Breathitt County that'll be blasting high in Jackson, Kentucky. And I'm going to say that it'll be Breathitt County winning that one. Jessica Griffith says she thinks Knott County coming back for a win tomorrow night. Knott County will play Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg undefeated, guys. That ought to be a dandy. What's the rest of you think? You got Prestonsburg winning? Or you got Knott Central winning? You tell me in the comment sections how you see that one. East Ridge at Shelby Valley. Shelby Valley beat Pike Central 14-12. And then they went on to beat, as I said last week, Betsy Lane. Can they make it 3 in a row after opening up the season 0-6? Coach Tyler Johnson would like to, but East Ridge, the Warriors, they know that they got a chance to get their 3rd win of the season. They fell big to Pike County Central. I'm going to say East Ridge falls to Shelby Valley. I'll take Shelby Valley to win that one there as well. Hunter Combs says if KCC is locked the way they got the game, it's homecoming. Hunter, that's always an interesting thing too, brother, because sometimes that homecoming thing, it brings more people, but it also makes the lights a little bit brighter. I hope that's not the case tomorrow night. Maybe Vance is still in here too. Somebody tell me in the comment section, is it senior night tomorrow? I would think it'd have to be, but maybe I I don't want to tell people wrong information there. So you guys in the comment section, let us all know about that too, would you please? Harlan at Williamsburg. I'll take Williamsburg to win that one. And then Harlan County, the Black Bears taking on North Laurel. I'm going to say the Black Bears get that one. I'll pick Harlan County to win. Hazard at Pikeville. Again, we're so happy for the season that Hazard's been able to have and for the way Coach Chandler's been able to get his Bulldogs running in the right direction. But he takes on a Pikeville Panther team that is scratched up and clawed up, and they need that W too. I'm going to say Pikeville wins that one to get things rolling right at playoff time. How many times have we said that? Seem like maybe too often. Johnson Central, they'll travel up the road to Ashland, Kentucky, and they'll go past Miss Patty Lovelace Boulevard there and travel on up into Billy Cyrus country up in Ashland, Kentucky, where they'll take on the Ashland Tomcats. But I'd say, don't tell my achy breaky heart, Johnson Central wins that one. That'd be my prediction there in that one. Just a couple more. Leslie County versus Somerset. Leslie County, of course, had a tough one this past week. They fell to Breathitt 55-21, and I told you guys Breathitt was going to do that on somebody soon. I called that about a month ago. I said there'll be a game when everything will click for Breathitt and the cannons will run out of ammo, and it did, as they shot the cannons way too many times down in Jackson last week, and they won that one 55-21. Leslie County now with Somerset in their view. Leslie's taking on a Somerset team that playing pretty good football right now, and I'm going to say Somerset wins that one. I hope you prove me wrong, Leslie County. I'd like to be wrong in that one. Wouldn't mind nary bit for you guys to prove me to be wrong in that one. Martin County, the Cardinals got the big win over Knott Central. And now they'll come to Eastern Kentucky over in McDowell, Hi-Hat, Floyd Central. And they'll take on Floyd Central team that needs the W. But I'm going to say that Coach Muncie's got his team running as best as they have been all season. And Martin County wins that one too. What say you guys? Anybody else agree or disagree with me on that one? But again, guys, as we round things up, Jessica Griffith, you are 100% right, and I was there to beat it all. Senior night, I remember that now. We did indeed have senior night. So, homecoming night tomorrow night. Thanks, Jess, for correcting me on that one. But nevertheless, it'll be the last home game of the regular season for Knott County as they take on Prestonsburg. And as I said earlier, guys, big football game. Got an opportunity to, with the win, Knott County could get a host a playoff game. But also with the win, they'd be the first one to say they were successfully able to beat Prestonsburg. Let's see how that one turns out tomorrow night in Hyman, Kentucky. Countdown to kickoff for James Sandlin and I will be right here about 7:10 probably, James. We'll go on the airway. Again, we ain't been on the air in a couple weeks, so you know me and Mr. Sandlin are going to have a bunch of stuff to talk about. And we'll look forward to that. Then last game, a big shout out to Phelps and the Hornets as they'll go to Morgan County over there in Sorghum country. That could be an interesting game, guys. Morgan coming off that 34-14 loss to Jackson County. I want to give home field advantage. I'm going to give home field advantage to Morgan County, even though part of me would have picked Phelps in that one. But Vance Hurley says, let's get this comment in here. Tailgate is going to be a chili cook-off tomorrow. It starts at 5:30. Homecoming begins at 6:30. And the game is at 7:30. See there, folks? He's more useful than just telling jokes. Thank you, Vance. I appreciate that. He says, if I am not a judge at the chili cook-off, I'm going to be madder than a wet hen. Vance, I think me, you, and James would be good chili cook-off judges. But they've not invited me yet, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm available too, Vance. I like me some chili. And I actually thought about entering the competition, but I figure I better wait and save my mad chili skills for another year. But, so again, to give you the wrap on tomorrow night's activities at Knox Central, tailgating is going to be the chili cook-off, and that'll get kicked off at 5:30. Then the homecoming will begin at 6:30, and the game starts at 7:30. Vance, I'm gonna go with it. That's more information than I've got, so we'll roll with it. And if they're getting there early, then they'll just have more time to eat chili and sit around and enjoy it. But homecoming's always fun because, again, guys get back in for it that played there, and they get to share their high school days. And a lot of good stuff going on there. But guys, we're going to soon wrap up this show here. I do want to talk briefly a little dirt track racing. You know, again, we got to throw that out there one more time. How about it for you RTJ fans, Ricky Thornton Jr. fans? He is the 2000, that's not the right graphic, but it is the 2024 Lucas Oil champion. There's the right graphic, smiling. I wish he'd be in that hat. One of these days, I know he's one of the best drivers in racing, but I can't understand you fellas that wear these caps and don't bend them. They're supposed to bend, guys. Keep that sun out of your eye. But maybe I ain't as cool as the rest of you. I think James Selling could wear his hat like it. He could pull that off, but not me. I'm too countrified. But anyhow, he's a good dirt track driver, and he moved over to that number 20 team, and he took the Lucas Oil Late Model Championship up at Eldora Speedway. Bobby Pierce took the checkered flag and the $100,000 purse, and went all the way back to town with how many? I don't know if Bobby finished out of the top 3 all season in a 50,000 or more to win race. You think about that. That's pretty cool, guys. Then that other graphic I was showing you, I'll go back to here. 7,500 to win. This Saturday night at Lake Cumberland Speedway. It's the Fall Classic. Let's let them tell you. They tell you about it better than I can.
Saturday, October 26th, Lake Cumberland Speedway presents the Fall Classic Jeff Gullett Tribute, featuring the Southern All-Star Late Model Series 7,500 to win. Also on track, Pro Late Models, Open Wheel Modifieds, Hobby Stocks, Front Wheel Drive Mini Stocks, and Crown Vics. But that's not all. Bring the family out for trick-or-treating and costume contest. Gates open at 2 o'clock with hot laps at 6 p.m. The 2024 Fall Classic Jeff Gullett Tribute, Saturday, October 26th, Lake Cumberland Speedway in Burnside, Kentucky.
Pretty neat again that Brandon Hargrove and Brian Apter and the guys from Lake Cumberland Speedway are getting to bring you another super late model race, 7,500 to win. Now guys, that's the Southern All-Star Series. That's the longest running dirt track series in all of America. So you think about that. All the tradition, all the drivers that have won those crown jewels under the banner of the Southern All-Star Series. Shout out to all of them as they, of course, are competing at Lake Cumberland Speedway. And we wish you race fans that get a chance to go down there and watch at the best of luck. As we know, it's always a fun night. Anytime you get a chance to go down to Lake Cumberland Speedway and catch out some action there. Speaking of, now back a moment ago, I kind of mentioned too on the American All-Star Series. Let's give a shout out to them as they bring things to an end here. I think they got, 2 more races, I believe. They're headed to Natural Bridge Speedway, 10,000 to win this Saturday night. That's in Brownsburg, Virginia. Got a big slate of cars lined up and ready to go there. Got some local drivers going to make the trek down there and race in that one. And so we wish them, of course, the most luck. To be honest with you, I've always had to cheer for the locals. And we'll hope that one of them comes back from Virginia. And then they'll Ennish. Where'd I come up with that word? That's a new word for me, James Salmon. They'll finish or end, whichever way you'd want to say it, at Beckley Motor Speedway. And so, again, that's when they would crown their champions. And then they'll have an awards banquet coming up in Tennessee in December. I'm going to try my best to be there for that this year. I've not been to one. And my goal is to go down and film and interview, and help them roll out the red carpet for the American All-Star Series Championship weeks down in Tennessee. Vance says, James Sandlin, I think Vance is missing you, James. He said, you'd be pretty in a tater sack, son. We may have to get him to come up and talk to you tomorrow night, James. He's missing you. That's what it is. And I kind of am too. Me and James got to call the Alice Lloyd College basketball games, though. The Eagle Madness we got to be part of. And then we had a chance to go over for the blue and white game. And I told you guys I wanted to back up and show it to you. So let me see. I think I've got a chance here now to show you a picture of it anyhow. Check that ring out right there, Mr. Vance Hurley. And it does have my name on the side of it. And that is a regional championship ring. And they presented James and I both with one of those. And I think James still got his in a box. I took mine out and wore it. Showed it off a little bit. But again, we thank Scott Cornett and the guys from Alice Lloyd College. Athletic Director David Hatfield, Assistant Coach Gary Stepp, and then Miss Jennifer Hall takes care of the Alice Lloyd College athletics over there. And then Vance says he's back on the sideline now, boys, working the refs and making bad decisions. Are you talking about as a wrestling coach or a basketball coach, Vance? I got to have you on, okay? This chat and stuff ain't working. Next week or week after, probably, Vance. I want you to get back on there and help me out with the show real soon. But, hey, yeah, I've got it. Limousine riding, jet flying, ring wearing. Me and James both might wear them tomorrow night. And if you guys need a favor, we let the light shine off our rings. But yes, sir. And so you're going to the sideline. You're not going to be on top of the booth. That's just because it's too cold up there for you. That's what you're doing, Vance. You're not fooling nobody, brother. But guys, again, girls basketball season at the grade school level is finishing up. I know Prairie Central, the Lady Miners, I think won their A-team championship over there. I'm pretty sure I saw. And then the Lady Warriors won, perhaps, I believe it was the B team. But then we have Todd Meadows with East Kentucky Junior Sports teaming up with us, and he's doing a lot of the Floyd County grade school tournaments. And in fact, I think Todd had one of those tonight. And we'll share that up for you, or you can jump over there and check that out. With that said, then you can blink an eye and it'll be basketball time here in the mountains. Won't be long till we'll be bringing you our hometown 24 preview of the boys and girls 14th region. And then won't be too long too. James Sandlin's been transitioning. He retired, then took another job. Then he's involved in some election stuff and just a lot of things going on. Busy man. He retired and got busier than what he was before he retired. But that's kind of how I guess we do things around here. But with that said, I'll have him back on here with me as a co-host before long. Before very long. And again, yes, sir, Vance, we'll check that picture out for us. Hunter Combs Middle School is just getting started. Best time of the year. Hunter and my buddy Corey went down to Emelina, and they've already broadcast the boys' middle school game. We'll have Chris Godsey jumping on here and helping us real soon. And got a bunch of guys going to help us call grade school games. Me and Vance got to go to Beaver. We got to make that happen this year. Me and him going to call that game. They can have somebody else run the clock. He ran the clock last year when I was over there. He needs to be helping me commentate this year, Vance, when we go over. Actually, I think he did sit on the mic a little bit with me. But anyhow, we're looking forward to high school basketball, grade school basketball, college basketball. Hey, what'd you think about Mark Pope? 21 threes. Are you kidding me? Yes, I know it was against Kentucky Wesleyan, but guys, I've seen teams couldn't hit 21 threes if they were playing their water boys and managers. That team, man, they shot the lights out down there in Lexington, Kentucky. Had it been a regular season game, they would have broke 3 or 4 records. My question is why'd you even mention it if it didn't count? But anyhow, they made 21 threes. He scored, 143 points, almost tripled up Kentucky Wesleyan. And oh, by the way, everybody that I've talked to from Lexington, or people that went and has been in Lexington and had a chance to talk to him, has been impressed not only with Pope, but how he's doing things. Scott Cornett, me and James sat and talked to him the other night. He went down a couple of evenings. Alice Wood got to go down and have some practices and so forth. And he said, Jamie, the guy's for real. Said he just reached us all a water bottle and said, let's talk. Spent, an evening talking to him about what they were doing and how they handled their practices and his philosophy and the things he wanted to do there in Kentucky. And that's important. I have to say, I believe he gets it. I believe he's not going to be happy with not winning the SEC tournament. He's not going to be happy with not at least looking at the number 1 player in Kentucky. And, oh, by the way, if our buddy from Harlan keeps shooting like he did, I'd be going after him too. He and Mr. Purry both put on a good show there. But, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Went a little extra tonight, but I'm not leaving just yet. One more second. I tell the guys not to do this, and here I'm doing it myself. But I have a reason. Here's the names. You know me. I'm not going in order. I'm going to put a number beside all these people that got the perfect scores. First person in the comment section to put me a number 1 through 5. I'll show them then. They're wrote. Give me 1 through 5. Somebody type me a number, and that's the person that wins the $100. First person. I'll hold the paper up here. That way nobody can say I jotted them. I put a number to each name. And so somebody in the comment section, type me, would you please, number 2, Vance Hurley says. And let's zoom in there and show everybody. Number 2 is Kenny Noble. I mixed them up a little bit there. I went 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. And Kenny Noble, you old Vance Hurley a pop, Kenny, as Kenny Noble was the one that got all the games right, and he is picked out of those 5. So congratulations to him. And thanks, as always, to all of you that watch the show. Hit that like and share button. You'll be real good sports fans. And we'll see you tomorrow night right here, Knox County Central. Patriots will host Prestonsburg. We'll have that for you right here on Hometown Sports Corner. But until next time, go to church somewhere on Sunday. Come be with us at Lighthouse Baptist. We have it every Sunday at 2. Or go see my buddy James down at Montgomery Baptist at 11. But you guys be real good sports fans. Hug your babies. Tell everybody that you love them. We'll see you around the corner on Hometown Sports Corner. Good night. God bless you, everyone.
Hello, my name is Harold Kraft, and I'm running to be your next District 3 board member. I would like to wish the students, teachers, and staff, both certified and classified, a great school year, crafting the future for the next generation of Knox County students. I'm Harold Kraft, asking for your vote, and I paid for this advertisement.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Ficco, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
Re-elect David Messer, School Board District number 1 in Knott County. David Messer has been on the Knott County Board of Education for 9 years. David believes our students deserve every opportunity to succeed. He fully supports our new football facility because our kids deserve the same as other districts around us. David Messer also supported and voted for a 14% pay increase for all certified and classified employees. They now have a 1-to-1 ratio for computers for all our students and a new boiler for the Jones Fork Elementary School. David Messer believes our school district is as strong as it has ever been. Vote for leadership and experience. Re-elect David Messer, School Board District number 1 in Knott County. Paid for by David Messer.
Are you ready? Ready for what? Ready to be scared. Come to the Halloween Haunted House, October the 28th and 29th at the Knott County Sportsplex, presented by Dustin's Helping Hands. It'll be on the second floor of the Knott County Sportsplex, if you're not scared. All proceeds go to help a little boy with his medical bills. But the question is, are you ready? Are you scared? You better be.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad, turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.